Good evening. Good evening. It is Tuesday night. More importantly, the Colts are off a bye week and it is Chiefs week. Man, I think the world has been waiting on this one. Not because both teams are coming in 8-2 or undefeated or nothing like that, but this is actually the team that you need to beat if you're going to say you're going to beat someone this year because we all know the Chiefs always find their way into the Super Bowl, but not this year, not this season. This is our season and it starts this week. Sammy, start me up.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. And Bill Show.
Intercepted! Marlon Jackson! Marlon's got it! We're going to the Super Bowl! We're going to the Super Bowl! Marlon Jackson with the interception! He picked off Tom Brady!
The sickest Indianapolis Colts podcast. It's gonna be sick.
All right, it is going to be sick. Before we get into that, let's go ahead and pay some bills. Chris, please do your thing, if you will.
Yes, sir. And game on. Week 12 starts now. It feels good because we just had a bye week and a little bit boring. But every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. This isn't just football. It's first down, touchdown fireworks, anytime touchdown rushes, and live bets that ride every momentum shift. At DraftKings, every play is your next shot to win. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SICKSPORTS. That's SICKSPORTS, all caps, no spaces. That's code SICKSPORTS to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more, plus over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over, age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
All right, and now all right, that is the official sound of the anvil. We are live. How you boys doing? We are coming off a bye week. Yes, like you said, last Sunday was not that entertaining. I mean, I tried to watch football, and I think that I did. But I don't really think that I cared either way because my fantasy teams lost both of them. And the games that were touted to be great games, they were kind of meh.
They were very meh. Very meh.
You know what I mean? So it is what it is. The Sunday night game was that wasn't great at all. Chiefs, Broncos, some dramatics in there because they just gonna do stuff for Kansas City. And then the Seahawks look terrible. I mean, fuck, what did he throw? 4 picks? Nasty work. So, I mean, yeah man, it was we had to get through it. But the talk of the league is back this week, and I'm glad that the New England Patriots and the Denver Broncos can, have their little moment of being at the top. See what that feels like, and then we'll come claim our shit on Sunday. That's just how I feel about it. We'll be back on top on Sunday. I don't really feel anything like I did before when it comes to this Chief game. Maybe I'm being way too
loose.
Yeah, but I don't feel like I felt coming into it. And it's not because they're 5-5, and it's not because I think that they're just not, the Chiefs of old. They definitely have some struggles, but it's like I just feel like if you're the better team, be the better team. And I think we're the better team. We'll be coming off of a bye week. We should be healthy. Hopefully, though, I haven't heard anything on Travarius Ward. Have y'all heard anything on Travarius Ward yet?
We won't until tomorrow, really. Like, I think it's really just going to be, they're going to talk about opening the practice window. There was some reports talking about, I think his injury, Richardson's, and also Buckner's. So
Okay.
But what they did mention was the fact that apparently he done some private work with the team just to kind of see exactly where he was at over the last couple weeks. So they're just kind of checking in on that. So
And I just wonder when you have, I mean, because you got to think about guys like Tua and other guys have been known for concussions. Like when your injury, if you will, is the concussion, and you've had this long off, like how do you can't rehab that? You just rest, right? Ain't no rehabbing a concussion. Like what do you do? Don't play
I mean,
video
but
games.
honestly,
Like,
I think it.
I don't
Yeah.
want to make light of that. I'm just saying, like,
Video games always help my concussion, so.
no, that actually makes it way worse.
That's
You do
wait.
not
That's not a thing.
overstimulate the brain.
Hey,
Actually, what the fuck?
I went to medical school. You can trust me.
Oh God. Okay. Well.
Oh,
I don't know.
DeVry's got a great program.
DeVry Medical School. Wow. You're
I was talking about he went to medical
not
school
allowed to do
because he played operation as a kid.
And,
It's
and,
just like,
What's up,
sir, that's
Tracy?
not how that goes.
and don't
Operation.
forget, I'm an Olympic champion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Carvey. It was kind of wild again, like it was 2 years ago, bro. Yes, there were some people. Of course, the people that already know us, they were happy to see me and Thomas again. But like I said, on one of my videos, somebody kind of like video bombed me, like, "Hey, I know you. I remember Sick Podcast." So yeah, man, it was one of those moments, bro. It's pretty epic, man. The Anvil is international. So yeah, man, it was a great time. It's a great time. But coming back to that, really during a bye week, I mean, there were some roster moves. There was the news that was DeForest Buckner going to Panama, getting the stem cells. I mean, Chris Wormley is the most notable. George Odom was added today. He used to be a special teamer for us. Played a little bit of safety when he got an opportunity.
Yeah, played a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So that might be a good thing. So, I mean, ultimately, and nothing really major happened during bye week. No setbacks or anything like that. So yeah, I think that the team should be healthy. I mean, I would love to hear about Mike Hilton. I haven't heard about him. You said there was a little mention of, and I think I just seen it on Twitter, where Shane said as soon as Anthony, because he's rehabbing and all that, but as soon as he's ready to go, he's sliding right back into QB2 slot. So it seems like they still have love for my boy. So that's a good thing for now. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for the bye week. So we could just talk all Chiefs, bro. Like, did y'all have anything to reattack for the bye week?
Well, I'm not necessarily for the bye week, but I did want to go because we know that there was a little bit of talk because we were just talking about Ward. And before we do, hey, shout out to everybody already commenting. We see y'all, Carve, Blue Nation, Mike, Teresa, Nathan, Kevin, Derek. Everybody that's commented so far. Yeah, Ryan.
Mike.
Shout out to everybody who's commented thus far.
Derek, what's up, Derek? Okay.
But one thing that I think, because I don't know if y'all saw, but Ward, he basically put a post on social media yesterday. It was a post. Yeah, it was a post. He basically posted a bunch of pictures of his daughter that passed away last year.
Oh,
and then he put up a post saying, F football, F the money, F all of it. I just want my daughter back. And that was in lieu of it being what would have been her third birthday yesterday. So first off, still praying for the family, because like I said, I don't think you can ever get over the loss of a child, especially a young child. That's rough. And and there's been a little bit of talk, and I think I wanted to kind of get ahead of this because I'm not necessarily saying it as a gotcha because I don't want to believe that, but I think there are some people who said that it might be an issue. And I understand this is football. I understand where we're coming from. And I know people are going to be like, yeah, this was an issue. It looked like it was going to be an issue coming in because of the nature of it. And, I think now people are kind of, some might say that as kind of like a gotcha moment type of thing. But one thing that I can say is two things. He dealt with that last year. They talked to him about that. I think if he felt like he needed to be completely removed from the game, he would have done that and he wouldn't even have signed for a whole nother year.
Right.
I think that's one thing that you need to take into account. I think also, there should be no indictment on him having human emotions regarding a child. Because, like I said, I've never lost a child, knock on wood, but also I've never played in the NFL and I've never had to deal with both. So there's a lot that goes into that. So I do want to say, that post yesterday was he had a human moment, and I don't think that that would necessarily remove him from the game. But even if that is the case, I think in that moment when he's doing that, it's just like, let him be where he's going to be. And if he comes to the conclusion that he's going to be playing for us come this Sunday, then cool. If not, and then he just needs an extra week to kind of sort through things mentally, then let that be the case also. But
So, I mean, since I didn't see that post, like, what were the reactions? Like, there were people like, I mean, were people going to the extreme, like I've known
it,
them to
it,
do?
it
Like,
wasn't necessarily going
okay,
to the extreme, but
okay,
I think because of things that had happened, like
right,
because I think, and this was one of the talking points that I had in the off season, was
right,
that they said, oh well, he played bad last season. I'm just like, well, I mean, his daughter was hospitalized all the way up until her passing.
uh-huh,
So for me, if that is the case and that's the scenario when it comes to him, then I mean, rightfully so, that would be the reason why somebody would probably not be playing well,
I
being
got
that it's just like your mind is clearly not 100% in that space. But that's also the reason why coming into this season, I think people try to kind of have that as an indictment on him, just being like, okay, well, we'll see if he rebounds.
but he
And
played
so
great
the
before
one
that
thing,
injury.
yeah, the one thing that I did kind of go and just talk about is the fact that prior to him, because I was just like, if he had played all the way up to this point and then he said that, I would 100% be concerned.
Right.
But he played well in all the games he's played in this season. And we
Mhm.
know that he's been on IR because of that concussion that literally he was knocked out on the field before the game, before
Right.
the Cardinals game. So we knew that. So ultimately, the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying now is because of the fact that, I think they like, I think there was one comment, and this is somebody who I talk with a little bit more regularly, and they said, well, we knew that coming into this season, and it was just like something to the extent of, like that he was right, and for me, I I took offense to it, and it's only because of the fact that it's just like it made it seem as though they wanted like when people say, "I said this at the beginning of the season, and look, it's happening." And for me, it's just like it's kind of like to an extent you want to medal, and for me, it's just like it's screwed up because you don't
Oh,
need to be saying like those
I
types
see.
of things. And I said, and I literally said, I said if he's having a human moment and he's feeling that because of that day, then let him feel that because of that day.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, it's you like and I'm never gonna say F the team, right? I'm never gonna say F the team. But the mental health behind things that happen and the taking the humanity out of it, the NFL could fold tomorrow. And everybody who's in the league is still going to be a human being at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's in the right organization for this because we've dealt with, I mean, Ryan Kelly lost kids. Of course, we
Mhm.
know, oh my God, why can't I think of the tackle last year who had the
Braden
issues
Smith.
last year? Yeah, Braden Smith. My goodness, his situation. This year, Gonzalez loses his dad. Like, I mean, we have been basically the driving force behind Kick the Stigma and saying that your mental health matters and making sure that people are aware of that and addressing that. So I think we are the right organization for him for this time, for this situation that may have played some part in him coming here. I have no idea, but I guarantee you no one in the brass is putting that on the back burner. as something that's like, hey, I know that's tough for you, but are you going to play? So us as fans, like, I mean, people in Twitterverse have heard me over express myself when it comes to how I have a certain disdain for certain things. And so I won't even dive into this one. But if you're that fan that's like, oh man, you know, XYZ and he ain't this and that because he can't get over that situation, then that's just a whole other thing. And we won't even go down that road. So to pick the show up. So
I'm sorry, but that's a road I
gotta
will
move forward.
That is
No, I mean we don't even have to. No, just leave that alone,
man.
Just leave that alone. Like, I don't even want to. This is way too solemn. It's too drab right now. So for whatever Charvarius Ward is going through with now, you know, I guess the birthday, or would have been the birthday for his child, if that affects whether or not he plays this Sunday or not, I don't have a comment for in any kind of negative light for that. If he takes another week off, take that week off, and we'll just move forward and we'll be fine. Jalen Jones and Mekhi Blackman and Sauce Gardner will be fine. We'll be fine.
And
so,
Nicky and Kenny Moore.
And Kenny Moore. But like I said, you know, at some point, you know, I just wanted to kind of get a temperature of all of the health of the guys, because it's been nothing. Yeah, and you know, Jim has died too. So yeah, we've definitely been dealing with that. I think that guitar has a little bit of his spirit in it for sure, because he's with us every time someone is carrying that thing into anybody's stadium. And so yeah, man, I just feel like, look, this is the right organization for those type of situations, just because we've dealt with a lot. And I think that we have the support that's needed for him to be able to be successful whenever he returns. And so we'll just cross that bridge when we get there. But Chiefs week. Now let's talk some X's and O's. Let's talk some. Why do we feel that we're going to beat them, or why do we feel we're not going to beat them, depending on what side of the fence you're on? Let's just talk the game in general. Like, I mean, we haven't seen them since what, 2022, Matt Ryan year. Matt Ryan,
Matt Ryan
guys. Like, I think that was like Jelani Wood's best game. I think Jelani Wood had like 2 tutties in that game or something like that. It was pretty crazy. And for everybody who doesn't know and is keeping score, Pat Mahomes has never beat the Colts in the regular season. This is the only team that he has not beat in the regular season. Now, he did beat us in the playoffs, and I tend to think that people forget that. So in a lot of ways, without him knowing, he retired Andrew Luck because that was Andrew Luck's last game. So there's this weird like dynamic between, you've never beat us in the regular season, but you definitely beat us when it actually counted, and you kind of sort of indirectly, directly retired a legend that is a Colt, and that's Andrew Luck. So how do we feel about this game? Because I have a lot to say about how I feel now versus what I felt maybe 3-4 weeks ago.
Off the top of my head, we are the better team.
I agree.
We have the better run game. I believe we've got the better O-line. Passing and the passing game, I believe we might even have a slight edge over those guys.
Ain't no slight edge. Like, no.
Yeah.
We have all the edge. Like, we're not.
You can have your opinion. I can have mine. This is my opinion.
What is the slight? Matter of fact, Omaha, that shit.
No.
You sound like the scared fan now.
No.
This is what the scaredy cats say.
Because I'm not saying Daniel Jones is better than Patrick Mahomes, but I think our receiving core is better than their receiving core. That's why we're slightly over on the passing game.
Okay. I guess I can ride with that. They had 2 check marks for them on their entire team. 2. Chris Jones, Pat Mahomes. Everywhere else, we're better. And that includes Kelsey and Warren. Warren is now farther this season and better this season than Kelsey is.
I agree. I absolutely agree with that.
Kind of ramping it up and getting better these last couple of weeks. I'm still taking 84 over 87. I don't mean to be disrespectful to an all-time great, but it is what it is.
And that's all right. And if you don't put a linebacker on him, you go back to a show or 2 ago when we was talking about maybe dropping Jones down in there, Jalen Jones to defend Kelsey. You ain't gonna catch nothing. But you putting a linebacker on Kelsey, he's gonna eat your people up all day long.
It will be interesting.
That is all they've got. They've got no run game. Their O line is, in my opinion, very, very weak.
Yeah,
So Latu should be after him.
I have a crazy theory. So here's the deal. Like, and everybody thinks that like pressure is the way. Pressure. But watching the game last week, I forget who was commentating. They actually said, like, of course, the Broncos lead the league in sacks. They lead the league in pressures. They do all these things. But it's like sometimes the ball just comes out too quick. And a lot of times that's what Patrick Mahomes does. It doesn't matter how good your front four is. It doesn't matter how much pressure you generate. He just gets the ball out of his hands too quick. So this is how you beat Pat Mahomes with the team that we have. This is what I would do. I would send pressure all game. So every now and then I'll send something off the edge, a corner blitz, this and that. But more often than not, I would show him pressure and drop 8 every time. And I dare Patrick Mahomes to play like he's 23, 24 years old, because you're going to have a Lamar Jackson game to beat me. And that's how I would play. Like, dog, you're going to have to literally run for 125 on scrambles and just get loose and have a couple like, oh, I made this guy miss and score a touchdown, because you're not going to beat us through the air. And I would live with that loss all day long. I would drop 8 every fucking time and dare him to try to find these windows out there with the secondary that we potentially will put on the field. That's how you beat them. Fuck all this bring the house. Like, this ain't that, bro, because a lot of times you can bring the house and he's still going to get that shit off.
Yeah, Peyton did it all the time.
So
people got burnt so much from Peyton getting blitzed, they stopped blitzing him. I agree. Now, statistically, if you let Mahomes out of the pocket, and that's what the pressure does, he's better outside of the pocket. So if you're going to collapse, you got to collapse the pocket, and that starts from the outside.
I mean, but that's also still saying that he's better from the pocket because he's throwing. No, dude, you're missing what I'm saying.
No, I know what you're saying.
He will be a running back this game. Like Pat Mahomes, like they'd be like, damn, how did they beat the Colts? Oh, I looked at the stat sheet. Pat Mahomes had 165 rushing yards. Wow, I guess they deserve to win, because you can get out the pocket all you want to, and I'll still be hanging back. Go ahead, run that shit up there, big dog. You gonna do that shit every play. You got me fucked up. It's like John Madden football right now. You better have a quarterback that you just gonna run outside the pocket and run every time, because that's the only way you beat me today, big dog. I'm sorry. It just ain't gonna happen. That's just how Clyde would play that and piss him the hell off, because he wants to throw the ball.
Hey, I want to say also, I would like, just talking about this now, this lines up very, very well. I'm gonna say, because if you're looking at every facet of this team, like, this isn't Shane's first time calling plays against Steve Spagnuolo.
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, it's just like, if you want proof of that, go to their Super Bowl where the Eagles lost against the Chiefs, where it's just like he called damn near a flawless game, if not for a few calls towards the end. So, I mean, you know how to play against Spagnuolo, but then also go to the other side. You're looking at Lou, who, if you look at any team that's defensively given the Kansas City Chiefs fits, it's been the Bengals defense with Lou Anarumo as defensive coordinator. So I don't think that it's unfair to say that Lou will absolutely be able to draw up some pressures and draw up some things, because you've seen the different iterations of it, but I think he knows how to draw up defenses to keep Pat Mahomes uncomfortable, as opposed to just trying to slow down the Chiefs.
I agree.
And that's where you have to, like, really just focus. But, when it comes down to how Shane's going to call the game, I think Shane is going to call a game that makes sure that you exploit some of those things that that they're not necessarily going to be able to do. McDuffie's good. We know that Justin Watson has some games where it's just like he actually does very, very well for them. But for the most part, it's just like, okay, we'll see. When you look at that team in terms of matching up with them, how our offense matches up with them defensively, it's very tough to really find those places. Now, they have had a good run defense, but I don't know that defensively they'll be able to truly just go and make the stops that they need to in order to, I'm going to say, slow down the offense.
I love all of our, if you will, gadget players against all of their linebackers. I love all
Yeah.
of them. Give me Josh Downs against any one of those linebackers because those linebackers are old school, like 3-4 linebackers. Like, the guys that
Yeah.
wear the neck rolls and like they don't really have a great lateral quickness about them. But I mean, you don't want to run into them either. But you got a guy that's, double routing you up, or you give them a chance in the flat, and I really got to make you miss. Give me that matchup all day with Josh Downs. Give me that matchup all day with Alec Pierce. Give me that matchup all day with JT out the backfield. Like I love that matchup. Give it to me anytime. And then Tyler Warren against those linebackers too. Give me that matchup all day long. Like, so I'm just saying, like, one thing that I've heard is I know that Chris is going to the game. I'm not going to the game. Did you decide to go to the game, Pat?
I'm not going.
Pat's not going either. So
Too
Chris
close
will be
to
there.
Christmas right now to spend that kind of money.
Facts. But for me, the one thing that I'm kind of looking at, honestly, is how our fan base looks at what our team is and what they don't know about our team yet. In a lot of ways, I feel like our fan base has played into, well, y'all ain't played nobody yet. Because one week we could talk about how that's insulting. And then we could think about like this game coming up, and all things say we should win, but the damn shit still gives them the favorite. They're like a -3 right now, right? KC?
Yeah.
I think they're like a -3, but they're at home. So maybe that plays into it. They're desperate. That's the thing that's been killing me for the last week now. Oh, you're going to be playing a pissed off KC team. What does that mean? Like, okay,
Yeah.
what? They got itching powder and they jock straps. Like, what are we talking about? I don't care that they're upset. I don't care that they're angry. I don't care that they're fighting for their season. That means nothing, actually. Like, that means, honestly, a lot of times that could actually be worse for them because you're pressing everything. Maybe I should take the 10-yard route here, but instead, I threw the deep ball in double coverage and they intercepted it. Like, I feel like you could get in a situation where you're pressing because you're like, damn, if we lose this game, like this might seal our fate. Versus we come in there calm, cool, and collective, and it's like, not that we have everything locked up, because we don't, but you just know you're the better team. Like Z said, like, we are the test. And I feel like our fan base like has lost that kind of thought process because everybody's talking about, oh man, this stretch right here. Are we scared of the Texans? For what? Why?
I don't, but
You know,
but also,
why? What are we
the thing
talking
is,
about?
but the thing is, if we're talking, but if like, I think there's a world where you absolutely can believe that your team can do great things, but also not taking your opponents too lightly, because we've taken, yeah, but no, but it is to a certain extent, because there's been Jags teams that were worse than this Jags team that we have to face twice going to the end of the season, and we haven't been able to beat them. Okay,
Remove yourself as a fan. Do you think a player thinks what you're about to say, or is this like coming from a fan perspective? Because there's no way a player thinks like,
no,
oh,
I'm
man,
not thinking.
desperate.
No,
they're so desperate. I
No,
don't
no.
want to go in there and play them. Like, this is the wrong week to play. Come on, man. Like, what?
No, I don't think you. I think from a player. I think from a player perspective, you know the stuff to look out for that they're not necessarily going to say, because if you say
The
that
refs,
stuff, you might get a fine from the league.
Yeah. Like, I hate to
Like-
say it because I don't want to be that guy, and I'm not trying to take out my early, like, here I'm cashing out. If we lose this is why. But the refs last week did all they could to support Kansas City in not being 5-5. Like, they did all they could do. Poor Riley Moss. He probably couldn't wait to get out of his uniform because, man, he got so many flags thrown on him. And
Yeah,
every time there was a similar opportunity, no call. And even when Karma would set things right, like that drive where they threw the interception and then they took it away for illegal contact. 2 plays later, he throws another pick, which is legit pick, and then they called the worst block in the back ever. Buddy hit Pat Mahomes square on the shoulder and pushed his ass out of bounds, and they said, "Oh, that was a legal block in the back." Back up all those yards and start here. Like, bro, stop the cap. And then I don't like how he immediately signals to the refs what he thinks the flag is, and then suddenly it's like they have a communication between just him and the ref. Like, do y'all pick that up? Like, I hate that. He'll be like, he'll be doing this shit.
That
right.
last sack that ended the game.
Yep.
He was trying to hit his helmet like they hit my head. They hit my head.
My God. I'm so glad he didn't fall for that. But yeah, he was definitely trying to get that flag conjured up too. I'm like, God. So I fully expect, to your point, Chris, some moments where if you drink, you might want to have your drink close. If you smoke, I hope your patio can still show you the TV, because there's going to be I already feel it, bro. Like, it's going to be moments you're like, are you kidding me right now? Like, that's the call that's being made. I mean, I remember when he was having his session. You go back to that, I think it was the first AFC Championship, the one that he lost to Brady, and everybody remembers the fluke roughing the passer call on Brady's last drive that kept them alive. I was like, are you kidding me right now? So now Mahomes he's actually on the other side of that, where most people are looking around like, oh God, this is for game. We should win, but where's the laundry? And yep, there it went. First down and keep playing. Yeah. So I hate that. I don't want to be that fan. I don't want to be pointing to that shit come Monday, and definitely not next Tuesday. But that is the only thing I worry about. I'm not worried about him doing.
Telling you right now, get
Mahomes
ready. We're gonna be bitching about the refs.
Oh, it's gonna be crazy, bro. Like, it'll be holdings. It's gonna be some shit, bro.
And that's and you almost expect that to be the case because you like but
let me Omaha them now.
When the national media is talking about which reffing crew is reffing the Chiefs game.
Oh, did it? Yeah, they did talk. Oh, I seen a little bit about that today. Who is it? Who? I don't even care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But yeah, like that's more of a concern than anything they're doing on either side of the ball. And that's me being as humble as possible. That's not me being an inflated fan. That's not me being, over the top. Like, literally, I'm saying, when you're the better team, you just have to walk around like that. And maybe that's difficult for the fans because we're still kind of in this tweener moment. Like, we're like, are we that good? You know what I mean? The record is what it is, but we did drop the ball in Pittsburgh. We know how we lost to the Rams. And technically, if you're looking at our schedule across the board, those are probably the better two teams on the schedule when we've lost to both. Because F everything that the Chargers are talking about. I'm so sick of them. I mean, Omaha them. You want to talk about a squad that's like absolutely fraudulent? They are Fugazi. like legit Fugazi. So I don't want to hear nothing else about Herbert and the Chargers. Just bury that shit. They're terrible. But anyway, I'm off my soapbox with them scrubs. 35-6 to Jacksonville. What? No, can't have it. Won't do it. Never gonna talk about them again. So yeah, man. Yeah, let's go kick the Chiefs' ass. Let's just do what we're supposed to do. Period.
Yeah, I don't like I said. It's if you're looking at this team and just looking at playing the Chiefs, I think there's a lot of things to me, the Chiefs being 5-5 now. I think it's fitting for the Chiefs team the way that it is. Because the old adage, as long as you got Mahomes, you're still in the game. But from a structural standpoint, the way that their team is set up, this probably is one of the worst teams that they've had during this stretch. And I mean, it's showing up on paper because the last two games, I think you scored 19 and you scored 17 when this was the same Chiefs team under Mahomes that was out there scoring, 20 to 30 points per game at will. They were probably leaving some on the board to not be scored because they were doing so well. So I think with the way that this team is set up right now, the way that we're structured, especially if you have Ward back, I get Buckner is going to be a big loss. I don't see this game being a game for there to necessarily be any worry. The only reason why I give any type of thought to, the Texans or the Jags is because division games are always different. I
That's
don't give a
true.
shit who you
I
have.
mean,
I
that's
like
true
I'm
until it's
never
not
not
true.
going to take that seriously. Yeah.
It's true
So
until
the
it's
thing
not
is
true.
do I believe that we can sweep the Texans? 100%. We can absolutely sweep the Texans. Do I believe that we can potentially sweep the Jags? I don't know. They're weird as hell. But I do know that you you know that you have the opportunity to go and if you beat the Chiefs now, the rest of the road to the playoffs, to that potential number one seed, I don't believe it's that tough. Every single team that we're gonna play has a chink in the armor. It's just, once again, Jacksonville is just the weirdest team because they're like the little brother who every now and then they get a win on you because they did some unexpected nonsense in a game that y'all have been playing together and you whooped him in over 812 times.
Well, see, now
Like,
I'm gonna be the asinine fan because it it's not even that for me. Like, I don't even look at what other teams have. Like, I don't think that this is a bad Chiefs team. I just think that they don't have the ability to close like they once did. Somebody said, and I don't remember where I heard it, but somebody said like the league has caught up to them. And they do have some limitations, but limitations they used to be able to overcome. Like they didn't have a great running game last year, and they still made it to the Super Bowl, right? Like, so they didn't have a shit. Oh my God. You would talk about all the things they were missing last year. Remember, they struggled last year too at certain parts of the season, but they just knew how to finish. Like, I feel like that's what's different now. Like, they still know how to finish, but they're not finishing because teams are just better. And in the situation with the Colts, it's like, and I don't want to jump too far ahead, but when you look at our division, this is going to kind of sound crazy. Those quarterbacks knew that they can beat us based on how we play defense and based on basically how mid our secondary were. So you look at the games that
yeah.
damn CJ Stroud and Trevor Lawrence has had over the last couple of years. Like, they have been great games. That's over with. Wrap all that shit up and put it in a nice little package and ship that shit off. And that's gone, dog. Like, that is over with. And so now these quarterbacks that are, I hate to say it, second tier, really, some may even be third tier if you talk about Trevor Lawrence. You have to beat me now. And you're not. We're not going to fall back into these open zones and just be like, take what you want. Oh, CJ Stroud, it's so easy because, yeah, you matched up your best, slot guy with EJ Speed. Yeah, go kill him. No, man, that's gone. That's dead in the water, bro. Like, so now you have to go actually out here and play quarterback. And
Yeah.
I'm going to just say this. You're not good enough. I'm going to just leave it like that. You're not Matthew Stafford. It's not going to happen. So,
You guys were talking about the players and kind of what their mindset is. And the way I can see them thinking is these guys are down and we're going to kick them while they're down.
yeah.
I don't see it any other way.
I'm telling you, man. Z said we are the test. Like, when he said that resonated. Like, I'm tired of being asked about, oh, what about them and what, dog. Everybody and me, the two games that I had, and I'm the biggest hypocrite and contradictive person right now on this show because the two games that I said I thought I was worried about 3 weeks ago were Seattle and Kansas City. And I will always say that styles makes fights, like boxing. So with that said, that doesn't mean just the way somebody played that team is how we should go play that team, because it might go completely different. But I will say this. Sam Darnold is still Sam Darnold. And Sam Darnold was the reason the Vikings fizzled out last year. Sam Darnold is very capable of throwing another 4 picks, having a terrible game. And I just feel like if that's what we're dealing with, I like our chances, bro. I do. And when it comes to KC, and both of these are on the road, like, this is where you define your season. We've done a lot of great work at home. and we've lost 2 games on the road. Go win these 2 on the road. What did Ray say? Bring that back up.
Ray said,
We even
I
talked to
thought
Ray.
Clyde was still on vacation. This is bye week finally over.
First off, Ray, we had never mind. You know what? We won't even bring up Twitterverse. How you doing, Ray? Anywho, so yeah, man. Like, you want to define your season? Go win these games that have to be won on the road, and then nobody can talk about anything else because we are the test. So in Kansas City, do 2 things: run the ball, drop 8 in coverage. Make Pat Mahomes have 200 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. That's the only way he's going to beat you. That's
if you get a solid enough 4-man rush going, Pat Mahomes is going to be made uncomfortable all game. And I think once again, you're talking about Lou Anarumo, who I don't know if everybody remembered a few years ago where Kansas City played Buffalo and then they ended up going to overtime and Kansas City won and they tried to change the whole entire overtime rule. Then Kansas City went into overtime with the Bengals the very next week, and the Bengals defense actually made a turnover in overtime for the Bengals to go on and win that game. That was Lou Anarumo. So I think you kind of have to respect it. And I mean, I'm gonna be maybe a little bit, and you can call this arrogance or you can call this whatever you want to call it, but I don't believe that Bengals team at that particular time had a better defense than what we have currently in Indianapolis.
Absolutely not even close. I mean, they had Trey Hendrickson, of course, but then after that, what?
Yeah,
I mean, Hilton was there. We got Kenny Moe. You know what I mean? Their best corner, I can't remember who, but it wasn't Sauce Gardner or Travarius Ward. So their safeties were decent, but I still like Cam and Nick. Like, there's so many things that they have to adjust for versus us. It's more so like, you know what you got to stop. Like, limit 15 as much as possible, and everything else just kind of goes to shit. Like, if you limit 15, everything else kind of goes to shit for them. And I think that's what teams have been doing a great job of here recently. They've been limiting the big play, and he's just been missing. Like, you look at some of his deep balls, like, they're all over the place. Like, how do you overthrow Worthy? I have no idea, but he has. You know what I mean? This is the fastest guy technically ever in the NFL. Like, based on his 40 time, and you're overthrowing him by 5 yards. It's insane. So, you know, it's situations like that they have their own internal woes, and I don't even care to, like, you know, dive into those or pick on those things, but it's just like, literally, we're the better team, and it's as simple as this: go be the better team. And a lot of that other shit goes out the window, and you know that you kind of know that early on. Like, 1 or 2 things start happening, you're like, oh shit, okay, Jonathan Taylor's getting 5-6 a carry. Got it. That's gonna work all day. Oh shit, nobody can handle Tyler Warren in 1-on-1s, and if they zone him up, then somebody's open, and we've been hitting that. Daniel's doing what he's supposed to. He's reading it right. It's gonna be a long day for them. It's gonna be a long day. And I just feel like
honestly, and honestly, if you look at, like, Pat Mahomes, like, some of these games, Pat Mahomes has been playing very uncharacteristic. Like, what's going on, Region? Like, he's been playing, like, if I told you, and mind you, if I told you, like, the last game, like, yeah, he played pretty well, but then if I told you that against Buffalo, Pat Mahomes threw, or if I asked you, name this quarterback for me, and I say he threw 15 of 34 for 250 yards and interception, you would say,
Geno Smith.
that sounds like Geno. It's just like, are you sure that wasn't Anthony Richardson last year? You would have said something like that. But it is what it is. But the thing is, that was Pat Mahomes versus the Bills, who don't even have a good defense. But once again, it's understanding who Pat Mahomes is as a quarterback, understanding who that offense is, and then basically saying, boom.
But like a black mamba, he could strike. He could definitely strike like a black mamba. And I will, and that's the thing. Like, I'm going to give him that respect, that he could completely pull himself out of whatever funk he's in like a quarter. Like, he's probably one of the only quarterbacks that are playing now that could do that. Like you could be in a 3-game slump and in one quarter to be like that never happened. Pat Mahomes is that dude. But I'm just saying, in totality, I just feel like that team, there's issues somewhere else. And maybe it's internal, maybe they have other things that are, contributing. But on this given Sunday, we are the better team and we should play like it. And as long as we don't beat ourselves in both losses, we have found very unique ways to beat ourselves. Hey, I bet you haven't done this in one game. I'm gonna get to the touchdown and throw that shit out the back of it, and then
Hold my beer.
and then I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna hold you because this guy just went for 60 yards, and they gonna wipe that away. And then I'll give you 6 turnovers in a game and still make it damn near a game. Like, what are we doing? Like the handicaps that we're giving these people is insane. Like if you got these in golf, you'd be rich. So what's up, Gloria? So yeah, as long as we don't handicap ourselves and be like, all right, here's the plus 14 you started with. Now I'm gonna try to come back and win. As long as we don't do that this Sunday, we should be fine. Rely on what we know works, pass the score, run the win. JT is better than everybody. Like that's my saying now. Like I said that the entire Berlin game. I was just yelling out, he's better than you.
Like that says
JT is better than you. Like literally, when he gets the football, you should just know he's better than me, and I'm hoping that I can do something to slow him down.
Yeah,
like that's
I mean, they're gonna. Honestly, they're going to. I do believe that this is one of those games where they're going to. And I want Shane to absolutely go into this game knowing that if for some reason the run doesn't work on the first 2 to 3 attempts, that doesn't mean abandon the run.
Yeah.
Like start AR. First off, no. And so I want Shane to make sure that he doubles down on the run this game, because the Chiefs are another team that they keep on saying, well, the Chiefs have only let up one 100-yard rusher this season. And for me, that's fantastic.
And who was that?
But they ain't faced Jonathan Taylor, James Cook.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, you ain't played Jonathan Taylor. And here's the deal. Like, and we'll say this because we always kind of have to, but Shane doesn't have to do nothing exciting this game. Meaning you don't have to go into the playbook area that's starred and highlighted with, you remember the water boy, remember his little playbook that he had rolled up and Buddy stole his home? You don't have to go into the green machine playbook or whatever the hell it was called. Like, just do the normal and you'll be fine. Like, just call the game like you know how to call it. We don't have to do no trick plays. We don't have to, man, that defense is not fast. They do not have a lot of lateral quickness. They don't have the ability really to cover the flats like when you have the right personnel in the game. And honestly, I think that outside of Chris Jones, if you don't allow him to wreck the game, so you make sure he's always accounted for, it's gonna be pretty. Oh God, I don't want to say it like that, but this could be easy. I said it. Shit. See, I didn't want to. But this could be like, dog, mind you.
You're not wrong. If they come to play the way they know how to play, it should be an easy game. And I want it to be. I want them to beat them so bad that the rest of the NFL says, oh, damn, these Colts really are serious.
But see, it's already built in because they're 5-5. They'd be like, oh, well, this is a struggling Chiefs team. I'm already ready for Nick Wright on Monday to be like, oh, well,
last week they had him ranked number 1 in the power rankings.
This is true, but then they lose and they're on the fringe now. It doesn't look like they're going to win a division anymore, and now this is a struggling Chiefs team. So they'll be like, so good job, you beat Pat Mahomes when he was down. Like it's already built in. So I'm done giving a shit about the media. But to Ray's point, I've been inside of Chiefs Kingdom twice. I've been there. That place is real. It is absolutely. He said, don't mix words, Clyde. Last time you said it was easy, we lost to the Steelers. Let me explain something real quick, Ray, because I'm getting to this. The first thing with the environment is hectic. It will be hard to hear all those type of things. So you're going to have to be able to overcome that. But when I say easy, Ray, go back to that Steelers win. They did not stop us from doing anything. So the easy part in that was very much what it was. We had a long drive, went right down there, scored, stopped them, got the ball back, was about to score again. Or no, got the ball back. Well, we stopped them. They punted to us. That's when we fumbled. Josh Downs fumbled, and then we stopped them, and then we were driving again, and we just kept giving them opportunities. So what I'm getting at is that game could have been very easy too, because they didn't do nothing outside of Turner's over, and it wasn't even forced. Like Daniel Jones just stood there, and we don't even have to go back there anymore. So let that be.
But you know, and I think also
kept getting the ball stripped is insane.
So I think Joe. So Jesse said, "It's a Casey, here I come. Who's all coming?" And then to speak to that, I think, like I said, Clyde and Pat said they're not. I live in Kansas City, so I'll be here. One thing that we have to say, yes, it can be a very loud environment, but also, I think generally around this time, they normally have like the weather working for them a little bit. It's generally a lot colder. We're a team that generally plays in a dome, and I don't think that we've played outside of any inclement weather. I don't even know if the Pittsburgh game was cold. I don't know how it was in Germany. Like, how was that?
It wasn't like freezing, but it was like that wet, like feeling. You know what I mean? So it was like damp, but it was like it. But once the sun went down, it was probably like 40 something. So it was cool.
So right now, for Sunday, even with them having like the crowd noise and everything, you're looking at 62 and sunny in Kansas City for
at
the
a 1 o'clock
Sunday.
kickoff. Yeah,
at a 1 o'clock game. So the thing. So I think that's also kind of like an added thing, because it's tough to play in Arrowhead, I think, anytime, but it's a whole lot tougher when the weather is working against you.
In January, when I was there, shit, that was the worst feeling I ever had in my life. Like,
yes,
I ain't worried about that weather.
It took me. I'm not even kidding you.
Dogs on that team.
It took me about 4 hours to thaw out after that playoff game in 2019. Yeah. I was like, I don't know what to do with my life. I was so cold, bro. Like, you couldn't even sit in the seats. There was so much snow. So the seats were like actually like not even like there. Like, they were just snowed over. Everybody stood up. So now, you know, the heat loss from your feet to the concrete the entire game, bro, was frozen. It was terrible. So I don't want no parts of that ever again. So never go to KC in January. It is not a good day for anybody.
Yeah.
Easily.
But like I said, we'll be in KC on Sunday, and it'll be 62. So
there you go.
I'm very much looking forward to that.
Little light jacket, some sweats, maybe.
Little windbreaker. I'll take a windbreaker. Yeah, just like because it can get a little bit breezy in there. Like, it ain't nothing crazy. A little breezy.
Hey, Clyde, I mentioned this to you, but Derek White had posted on X, find me or something in the Berlin game. You can hit the link and you can scan the whole crowd.
Oh, and find yourself?
And find yourself, yeah. So go check his Twitter out if you guys were at the Berlin game.
I was at the game. I don't need to find me. I know where I was at. Okay,
but do you want a picture of you in the stands? Okay, then I'm not talking to you then. I'm talking to everybody else out there.
Go find you. Where were you? Where were you?
Go find you is crazy. Go find you is crazy.
Derek, tell them what it is.
I seen it, bro. I know what it is.
Oh, so you already did it, and now you're just busting my chops over.
I didn't do it. I
bet Derek you did.
Post. I promise you, I did not do that.
Look at you. You can't.
I literally made a video.
You can't even keep your eyes straight.
No, I promise you, I didn't do that. I actually made a video. This is Colts-Clyde. You know what I mean? We just won the game. Like, why do I need to find a still picture of self?
I don't know, but other people might.
Okay, Pat.
So with that, I don't even know what that went to.
We don't do this from a studio because we done tore this motherfucker up today.
We would have tore it up. Like, I don't even know. Like, Pat is like the most G whiz. Hey man, like, did you know that you could like? Sure, Pat. I guess I don't know. How many selfies?
I'm sorry, I'm not as cool as you.
No one said that.
So
Pat.
yeah,
Your beard looks good though.
Thanks.
It's grown in. You no
Thanks.
longer look like
no
the
more
six
Fu
pack.
Manchu.
Thanks
You
for
look-
complimenting another man.
Oh my God. Okay.
That's
with that said,
crazy.
please, would you do your Cialis duties, Chris? Because I don't know what. just
Yes,
happened.
I will absolutely do the Cialis duties. By the way, Clyde's most favorite drug.
Absolutely.
So yes, see this man. He says I'm not even.
Well, they
you know
might as
what?
well pay us if you're going to say that, and I'll agree. Hey, Cialis, pay us. It's
Yep.
my favorite drug, apparently.
Sammy,
Listen,
send
I'm
him a
not-
bill.
Listen,
Just
if
send
we-
them a
if
bill.
We are, if we
If
are
they
ever,
pay it,
if
great.
we are
If they
ever
don't,
sponsored
oh
by
well.
if we are ever sponsored by Cialis, you're reading that. You're reading that, Clyde. I'm not reading that.
I would rather it be Honey Pack or some this
Honey Pack.
it's cooler.
What?
Clyde, it's time for you to re-enlist. You need another 20 years in
Wait,
because
wait.
you as a civilian, is just unhinged. Like you, yeah, you
Blue Chew. Blue Chew. Here we go, Blue Chew. I read it.
Blue
Blue
Chew.
Chew.
Blue-
I mean,
All right, Sammy, I want bills sent to all these places.
I'm just saying. I mean, just pick the cool.
And I
Yeah,
know,
Omaha
Teresa,
that,
you're right.
please.
I
We need
should
that
open
Omaha.
that door.
No Blue Chew.
Yeah, we're gonna Omaha the hell out of that.
Pat,
Yeah,
you
Omaha.
probably
it
do
all.
need Blue Chew. What are you, 60?
All right. So with that being said, you can actually find us. You can find me on Twitter at CJ Colts fan when it's not down in the morning because Elon is a weirdo.
Did we have a
where
space
can
this
where
morning?
can they find you? Yeah, we did, but guess
Oh.
what? Twitter wasn't working until like
Yeah, I know.
8 a.m. because
Oh,
you
okay.
know because Elon is a turd burger. So
Big E. All right, man.
yes.
Wow.
Find me on X.
Where
at
can the
Coach
people
Clyde,
find you?
At Coach Clyde on
Yep.
X.
At Colts Crow Eater on
Boy,
X.
you was about to say all the wrong shit.
I was.
You lost yourself for a minute. You was about to say X.
I was about to say
The
it's just
the hate that this man has for a
Hey,
man that
Coach.
he's never met is baffling to me.
Oh, Patrick, don't you do that. Because you know how you felt about Daniel Jones. And next slide. Chris, continue. You've
Boom.
never met him.
And then can you please bring up the podcast page, please? Yes. And that's,
God, I
I hear
hate you
conscience.
tonight. I'm
I
just
hear
telling you.
conscience.
and you can find the podcast at Sync Pod Colts on Twitter. You can actually go on there. You can see clips from this episode. You can see where, or you can actually click. You'll find the links to where you can view, listen to past episodes, whether it be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or whatever you listen to it on. Also, you can hear the replay of this episode tomorrow on Z103.com on Mix 105. You can download the Z103.com app. You can actually just go to your app store, whether it's the Google Play Store or the I'm going to say iTunes or whatever it is that you go by. And you can find it on there, Z103.com. Type it in just like that, and you'll be able to listen to it live tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Central. And you'll be able to listen to replays of this episode on VIP One Lounge Extra over there, over the pond in the UK, 5 o'clock p.m. UK time. I don't even know what it's called, but that's 5 o'clock in the UK. And please bring up the QR code for Visit Indy for me, please. Yes, go to Visit Indy. You can go to Visit Indy to find out everything happened in Indianapolis, whether it be live sporting events, restaurants, festivals, whatever it is that's going on right now, especially since it's the holidays. So you'll be able to find everything you possibly can on Visit Indy. Make sure you scan that QR code, get your information in there, and then this way you'll be able to find out what's going on. Other than that, I believe that is it. Do we have any updates with the FB?
Have you, first off, have you committed all that to memory? Because that's pretty impressive if you have. Because I see what you
I
do.
have.
You're you have to conjure it up. You roll your eyes back trying to remember it all. That's pretty good.
Yeah, ADHD.
I don't have any
ADHD.
I don't have any footballer updates.
I didn't
when
take
you
my
get-
Lions main today, so I couldn't do that. But anyway,
Let's go ahead and promote footballer, and then after the show we'll jump on Sammy, see what he knows.
Jump on
Yep,
Sammy was
absolutely.
crazy,
So,
actually.
yo, jump on Sammy.
Holler at Sammy. How's that? Sorry.
Yeah, it's much better.
Yeah, that's better because jump on Sammy.
Sammy, I will fight for
Sammy.
you, Sammy. I got your back.
But yes. So, like I said, in the meantime, if you scan that QR code, that will take you over to our friends at Fitballer. We still have this contest going on, so make sure that you go ahead and enter in that information. It'll take you to a Google form. You can fill out that information for your chance at a signed Tyler Warren jersey. So make sure that you fill that out, get that in, and then you should be able to be in the running. And that's also, this contest is sponsored by our friends at Fitballer, the football fitness app built for guys who want to be part of the team and get healthy again. And ladies, we're not misogynistic. You can do it too. So scan that QR code if you're interested and do what you're going to do. But other than that, that's about it.
Okay, good job, Chris. That's impressive that you remember all that shit. Yeah, so we'll be back on Thursday night to give score predictions, do sick picks, all the things. Let's also on Thursday night, let's have like a fan show, bro. Like just ask questions, bring your questions. Let's just talk to you guys about your thoughts. I mean, this is it right now. I mean, this is it. Everybody's been talking about, oh, the first half of the season was easy and this, that, and the other. This is it. Go time starts this week.
Yep.
Win the next 7, right? And then everything else will be laid out for you. So with that, thank you for supporting tonight. Please follow, like, subscribe, all the things, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You know what to do. Support the tailgate as well. Lots of great things will be happening in the future. The tailgate for the next, few home games that we have. Can't wait to get back for that. So until Thursday, be good, people. Sammy, take us home.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast and Bill Show on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.